This tree is not rare because of its form. It is rare because the forest it belonged to no longer exists. Environmental history teaches us that landscapes do not disappear suddenly. They are reduced, altered, and slowly removed from their original ecological time. Some trees survive this process, not because they adapted, but because they were preserved. In a small pot, far from its forest, a tree continues to live in a time that has already ended. When we say a tree is lost, we are not saying it is extinct. In environmental history, loss often means something more precise. A species can remain alive, while the ecological system that shaped it disappears. Forests become smaller. Populations become isolated. Ecological relationships quietly collapse. What remains is not a functioning ecosystem, but a biological remainder, a relic. This is the kind of loss we are looking at. Not all trees experience ecological loss in the same way. Some leave the forest before the forest disappears. They are collected, transplanted, or cultivated during moments of land transformation, before fragmentation becomes irreversible. Once removed, these trees no longer respond to climate, soil, or competition. They respond to care, restraint, and continuity. This is not adaptation in the evolutionary sense. It is survival through interruption. The forest timeline ends. A human-maintained timeline begins. Over decades, sometimes centuries, this interruption becomes permanent. What remains is a living organism, existing outside its original ecological time. Bonsai was never intended to preserve species. It was never designed as conservation. Historically, it was a cultural practice, a way of keeping trees close, observable, and continuous. But under conditions of environmental loss, this continuity begins to mean something else. Some trees remain alive for centuries, not in forests, but in collections, gardens, and archives. Over time, these trees retain biological information, growth patterns, aging wood, seasonal memory. What they lose is equally important: soil networks, pollinators, climate pressure. What survives is not an ecosystem, but a biological record. It is important to be precise about what is being preserved. A bonsai can retain biological form, wood structure, growth rhythm, genetic continuity. It can record time, slow growth, aging tissue, accumulated stress. But ecosystems are not preserved this way. Soil networks disappear. Pollinators vanish. Climate pressure is removed. Without these forces, natural selection no longer operates as it once did. What survives is a fragment of biology, separated from the system that once gave it meaning. This creates an ethical tension, because preservation is not the same as restoration. A tree can be kept alive, while the world it belongs to cannot be rebuilt. Bonsai does not repair forests. It does not return climate, soil, or scale. Yet, without these trees, Entire biological histories would vanish without record. This is the contradiction between what cannot be saved and what refuses to disappear. This tree did not survive because it adapted. It survived because time was interrupted. Its forest is gone. Its ecosystem is silent. But the organism remains. Not as a solution, not as a symbol, but as a record. A living archive of a landscape that no longer has a place in the present. This is not the story of bonsai. It is the story of time, preserved but incomplete. Ethereal bonsai.